How we doing today, guys? It's Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. And I apologize for my absence as of late, but I have been preparing for the GOP Texas State Convention. Was trying to get some stuff saved up and ready for all of that so we could check that out. And while I was up there, I got some insider information from somebody who is deeply embedded with our city council. Now, I know these articles or these little pages here are a little hard to read. I'm assuming that they were probably pictures taken on a cell phone of actual inside city emails, but I'll go over that and read it off to you because I probably can see it a little bit better on my screen than you can on the TV and highlight some of the stuff. Now, when I was looking into this and trying to research some of it, I stumbled upon a KIITV.com article confirming everything that is actually in my little leaked document, my little leaked email that I have right over here that I got from an unnamed source inside the city of Corpus Christi's very own chambers. You know, there's so many people in those offices, you guys just don't know who to trust. It could be the secretary, it could be the bailiff, it could be anybody with email access accounts. You'll just never know. But, at least until that person's outs themselves, but that's completely up to them, not me. That's not my job. That's not what I'm here to do. Unlike the other side, we try not to dox our sources or anybody else that wants to keep themselves anonymous. So, we're going to check out this article from KIITV.com and highlight some of the stuff that they suspiciously left out of the article when talking about the Delmar college professors to perform in France as part of a city's cultural exchange. So we're going to check this out real quick from KIITV, and then I'm going to give you all my juicy details and the inside information that I have towards the end of this video. But before we get into it, if you do enjoy my content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe if you are not already, because we are on our way to 200 subscribers, and I could not do that without every single one of you, and I certainly appreciate it for y'all being here and sticking with me through sometimes my long absences on this channel. And I do apologize for that. It's just sometimes it's hard to cover the news every day when it just seems like there isn't any hope. So if you do want to find me more often, fighting the very almost identical fight, just more on the pop culture side, because there are hopes, there are things we are winning over on that side of things. And like Andrew Breitbart said, politics is downstream from culture. If we don't fix the culture, if we don't fight back against the woke mob that is infecting all of our culture and going after our kids, we won't win this, and none of the politics is going to matter, because as soon as the next generation is here, everything that we did, everything that we tried to change, they're just going to go through and smash it all unless we game them back too. So if you enjoy pop culture, if you enjoy nerdy stuff, or if you just need a break from the news and talk about some stuff that's fun and positive, go check me out on The Common Nerd. It's on YouTube, The Common Nerd. If you're somebody watching my videos on Rumble, because I know there's some of you out there, same exact same. Look for The Common Nerd. I'm also on Rumble as well. So, without any further delay, let's get into this article from KIITV.com, and then I'll show you my insider information and why I have such a huge issue and why I think you're going to have a huge issue with this too. So here we go. Delmar college professors to perform in France as part of city cultural exchange. Oh, that sounds nice, right? A cultural exchange within the city of Corpus Christi in Agen, France is set to take place later this month. Now, this article is from earlier in the month. They don't have the date up here at the top. I'll give you a little further down. Okay, so this is from May 11th. Now, I wasn't informed about this until last week with some very interesting details that we're going to get into when I show you guys that email here in a second. Corpus Christi, Texas. A cultural exchange between the city of Corpus Christi and Agen, France will take place later this month. The exchange is part of the Sister Cities program. Delmar College professor of music, Dr. David Saturo, and professor of piano, Dr. Xiao Chen, will be performing in Agen, France on Thursday, May 26th. It's absolutely exciting. As I've mentioned, several people that this opportunity is really probably once in a lifetime, and we're terribly honored and humbled, said Dr. Satano. Dr. Satano and Dr. Xiao Shan have selected pieces written by American composers to play in France. We carved this out of American composers' repertoire. I'm sure it will thrill our French audience, said Dr. Xiao Shen. Dr. Xiao Shen adds that music is a universal language and both professors are looking forward to the experience. Council member Roland Barrera and Sister City Committee Chairperson Melody Cooper will also be representing the city and Agen from May 23rd to May 28th. Now, what comes to the interesting part of all of this, because I'm sure there's nothing left in this article from KAI, which there is not, what they seem to not want to mention is who's paying for this trip. Now, to those of you who don't know, Delmar is our community college. And when I mean our, I mean every single resident of Corpus Christi that pays any form of taxes whatsoever, whether that be third party through the person you're renting from and they pay property taxes, or from your sales tax that is imposed by the city or the state or anybody else that you go and pay whenever you buy something. There's taxes if you pay a water bill. There's taxes if you use the gas. There's taxes on all of this kind of stuff. You, as a resident of Corpus Christi, are paying Corpus Christi City Council and the entire city's bills. That includes Delmar College. We own that. We provide a majority of the funding for Delmar College. That's why you always see them voting on bonds to try to pay for some new campus that they're only going to use half of the time. Well, it looks like we found another example of their wasteful spending, because at a time right now where gas is hovering around $5 a gallon all the time, even here in Corpus Christi, where we can literally see the refineries from our houses, okay, while we have a baby food shortage going around, while we have rising food prices and inflation that they claim is around 8.5%, 9%, which is reality probably actually 18% if we actually use the old methods to calculate it like we did in the 70s and 80s, the city decides to do a paid-for vacation to France for our dear Councilman Barrera. So Roland Barrera. So here we go right here. And so this is, okay, so I know, like I said, I know it's kind of hard. I'm going to zoom out for a second so you guys can kind of get a slightly better idea of where we're at on this. We're going to zoom out a little bit. So as you can see, this is a City of Corpus Christi intergovernmental relations, okay? So you've got a two, this is to the city manager, Peter. Like, you can see enough of the letters to make out their names. Peter Zanani, and then through, and we're going to, okay, so now I'm going to zoom back in so that you guys can see the full thing so I can read it a little better and read it to you. Now, it's kind of hard to read all of this as far as from it looks like a Tammy, Director of Intergovernmental Relationships, that might be the chick that they were talking about through. It says through Assistant City Manager, and it's got her signature right there. All right, so May 12th, 2022 is when this was dated. Corpus Christi Sister City Committee is traveling to Agnes, France for the first, I can't read all of that. Good. Okay, so this isn't going to be the last one. For the first of two cultural exchanges this year between Corpus Christi and our French sister city. A delegate led by Councilman Roland Barrera and Sister City Committee Chairperson Melody Cooper will represent the city of Corpus Christi in Agnes, France from Monday, May 23rd to Saturday, May 28th. They are going to be there for almost a week, okay? We haven't even got to the good part yet. They are going to be there for almost a week. Two people. Now, given there's also two people going from Delmar College. But who do you think's footing the bill for that if we as city citizens, as citizens of the city, as tax-paying members of this community, we already discussed, like I already established, we pay for Delmar College. So who do you think's covering the trip of the two professors from Delmar? What do you want to bet? It's not coming out of their own pocket, as we'll see here a little farther going on. A special concert will take place on Thursday, May 26th. So why are you going on Monday? In Agnes, where the doctors from the conference will perform four-handed and two-handed pieces for piano. I think that's what that says. Performing, like I said, next time you're going to do something like this, do me a favor. Screenshot your computer screen and put it in a Paint document and email it to yourself. It's a whole hell of a lot easier, and it's a lot easier to read than trying to take a picture of a screen on your computer. Trust me, it never pans out very well. Go check out some of my videos on my Common Nerd channel. All right, so professors alongside with I don't know what that word is Agnes Mars, Mark, Oliver, Pregrant, and the performing at Corpus Christi. Oh, so this is talking about the people that are coming over. This fall, okay, this is when they come over. So this fall, there'll be the second culture exchange where they will be coming here. As is custom. Okay, now I'm not saying any of this is illegal. I'm just saying this is how our city is operating, and this is how they decide to spend money in the middle of basically a recession. You know what I mean? This is how your city decides to spend money. They thought this was the appropriate time to do something like this. As is custom on official city-related travel, the city is paying for only Councilman Barrera's airfare and hotel on the way to and from Agen, France. hotel and meal accommodations for the entire delegations are being provided by the city of Agan and their sister city committee. Oh, isn't that sweet for them? They're going to pay for you to eat while you're there. What do you want to bet? They're still going to get per diem while they're gone anyway, because that's pretty much standard whenever you travel on the government dime. You get per diem whether or not these people are going to actually offer the food or not. But literally, like, I don't know about you, but my family can't afford a trip to France right now. My family can barely afford a trip to Lake Corpus Christi to have a damn camping trip because the gas prices are so freaking high. Yet, Roland Barrera, a sitting city council member here in Corpus Christi, him and whatever powers that be inside the city of Corpus Christi thought it was a good idea to spend money sending these idiots over to France for a week-long vacation to go participate in some stupid sister city conference. Why the hell we have a sister city with someone in France, I'll never understand to begin with. We don't got time to pay for your cultural bullshit right now when we have a formula shortage in this country. When we have people having issues buying groceries, the city decides that it's a good time to blow money going to France on a vacation for a concert. This is your city council at work. We have heard about stuff like this in the past. We've heard about the contract favorability that has come, and Roland Barrera was one of those people that was accusing that. He sure as hell got butthurt as shit when Gil Hernandez, another city councilman, brought it up in the middle of a city council meeting back when they were, well, I was watching it on the YouTube live stream every day. This was when he was in the other room. This was back when they were separated into different rooms. That tells you how long ago this was. This was right when they first came in. When Gil even slightly mentioned that there might be a perception of the city doing shady shit with its contracts, the first person to pop up was freaking Herrera. This freaking Roland Barrera. That was the first one to pop up and scream, shout about how that's not true, that's just lies, yada, yada, yada. And Gil, sitting like he generally does, calm and collected, said, well, whether you want to say that it's true or not, that's the perception of the city. And guess what, Roland? That perception hasn't changed. So somebody on that city council, somebody at the mayor's office needs to answer when members of this city are having issues buying food for their kids, putting gas in their gas tanks, and trying to get formula. Then maybe it's not a good look for the city to be spending tens of thousands of dollars on hotel and airfare for one of our sitting council members to go take a nice cushy trip to France. But hey guys, that's just my common sense take. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Does this just sound like more of the corruption we're used to with Corpus Christi and their city council? Or does this come as a shocker to you, and this is something that honestly kind of surprises you, especially when it comes to this particular city councilman? Personally, I think this is just par for the course from the rumors and stuff that we've been hearing around about Barrera forever. But like I said, that's just my common sense take. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. If you or anyone you know ever have inside information like this, reach out to me. You can either reach out to me through the Facebook page. You can reach out to me at Twitter. You can find me at the YouTube channel. You can follow the email. Reach out to me if you have inside information about any of this kind of stuff. That doesn't matter if it's going on with the city, doesn't matter if it's going on with the county. If you've got evidence that needs to be exposed, let me know. I will do a video like this over your information, calling these people out just the same. So let me know, or if you or anybody else you know has inside information about this, let me know so we can expose the corruption and call out the bullshit. This is Jesse with the Common Man Corpus Christi, bringing you news and politics through a common sense lens. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.